Okay, finally I want to talk about music. So again, music is a really important area of a soundtrack, not only for the opening and end credits, but during the film. You know, in terms of the music might just be quite subtle in the background, but it's there to push the narrative forward and set the tone and the pace. In terms of the music, you know, in terms of finding a piece of music, there's a number of different ways to do this. Either A, commission a piece of music, and this might sound difficult, but there's a lot of good musicians out there who are more than willing to work in film. So if you give those people the respect that they deserve, work with them on the soundtrack, you can create a whole new, you know, a perfect soundtrack which is scored for your film. Okay, or find copyright-free material, or people who've produced copyright-free material that you can use. Or finally, create your own soundtrack. You know, there's GarageBand, Soundtrack Pro. You know, there's a lot of different elements now where you can create your own soundtracks. It depends what you want. Is it just a simple drum track, or is it strings and an orchestra? Again, think about your production and think about the scale of the sound design and what you need to tell your story. In terms of using music, again, you might decide to use a famous piece of music, but think about the emotions that famous piece of music brings with it, and who sung that piece or recorded that piece or the background to that piece. You know, everything that is involved with this piece, all the connotations to it in terms of the public realm, they will all be brought onto your film, so people might just watch your film in a different way. You know, you might think the piece fits perfectly in terms of those connotations and what they bring with them in terms of the tonality, so use it if it fits. If not, you know, don't just put a piece of music on there because you like it. Think about, again, how it sets a tone, how it sets the pace, how it sets the rhythm of your film, and what the music says, you know, what the music contributes to it, and, you know, the message that the music is giving. Okay then, so, you know, think about the music once it's on. How does it make us feel? You know, do we feel any different to the characters? You know, what does the music sort of say about your film? You know, also take the music off, put the music on, move it around a little bit. Think about how it changes the rhythm of your film. You know, and you want to be pushing the pace forward. You want to move in the narrative on all the time. So think about, you know, how music will do this. And again, it's about choosing the right piece of music. Again, one that fits in with the action of your film. So think about genre. You know, if we watch films like The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, the Western genre. So think about the connotations of music. You know, the connotations that music brings. If we think about the Western, what type of music is in a Western? It's music we might associate with the Western now, but in terms of the background, the instruments that are used and the connection to those instruments to the West and to the landscape, you know, these all directly link in. You know, if we think about using traditional Scottish or Irish music or French music, you know, the backgrounds that this music brings in, you know, always say something about the film. There's certain different elements of music that have historical significance and bring in these tones with them. So think about the kind of music you're creating, or the kind of music that you're producing, or the kind of music that you've commissioned, or the track that you're using, and those connotations that music brings with them. You know, you might want the connotations, or you might want to set your own tone for the piece. So think about it in terms of genre. You know, think about the genre of your film, and also in terms of that genre, what kind of music does it use? So a film like Blade Runner, which used the musical score of Vangelis, was very much at the time a futuristic soundtrack, a synthesized soundtrack, which makes a comment on the actual film in terms of it's this future dystopian film, this sci-fi film. You know, a 12-string guitar, it might have sounded very nice, but it wouldn't have fit on Blade Runner. So again, think about this in terms of a genre, and think about the types of music that will fit this genre.